Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today I wanted to just put out a quick little video about cheap ways to start seeds. I have spent plenty of money. If you're a gardener, you end up spending so much money on trays and just all these wonderful things. I go through Rural King or Tractor Supply or even sometimes online, and you see these really neat planting setups that people have and these kits that are already put together, and all you have to do is add water, and you actually don't need any of that. So what I would like to do today is show you some things that you have in your homes. I can guarantee it. At least one of these you have in your homes, and you can totally use those for seed starting. So these are actually things that are free to you and me that we can use in our seed starting setup. Or even if you have a plant, well, it may not work for very tiny plants it could work for. But let me show you a couple of things and we'll get started. So this very first one is something that I know that everyone has. If you don't, I'm worried. If you don't have this, I am so worried. It's toilet paper roll. I actually have some dirt on it, sorry. This will create, you can cut this in half, and this will create 2 seed starting cells. They are really the perfect size. What is that? It's definitely an inch, maybe an inch and a half, but this is absolutely perfect. I mean, and I'm sure this is at the very least partly biodegradable. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. But I know that this you could fill up a tray. And by the way, if you don't have a tray, that doesn't even matter. You can use a baking sheet. You can use anything that can withstand the water that you're gonna put in them, because you still wanna try to water from underneath so that you don't get fungus gnats on top. Now, some people don't get fungus gnats, but one year I did not know any of this, and I watered everything on top, and I had loads of fungus gnats. And once you get started with fungus gnats, they are no fun. So anyway, so you would just cut this in half, fill your tray or whatever you're gonna keep your seedlings in. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what all I have here. So not only do we have toilet paper rolls, but I also have a sour cream container. You would just poke a bunch of holes on the bottom of that, and just make sure that there is plenty. Now this is a bigger container. You can also use yogurt cups. You can use, I know these are plentiful. If you have like a local Ball Diamonds or something like that, a lot of them store or to recycle. They will sell these at the concession stands, like of your local Ball Diamonds, and you can ask them for these and you can get hundreds of these. Some of the schools also collect these because they're plastic and they want to try to recycle them. But what better way to actually recycle them than to use them for plants? And so I already have one that I cut here, and you would just poke holes in the bottom of this and you could fill up another thing that you have. Again, everything is like drainage issues. That's why I kind of like these, because you don't get a better drainage than that. If you actually don't want that much drainage, you can also put cuts all around it and then fold in the sides so that you're not getting quite so much drainage. If you don't move them, you really won't have to worry about that. But the other one is, we all buy plants. This one was purchased from Lowe's last year. It was Impatiens. I love Impatiens. And it even still has the soil and everything in it. Don't throw these away. Keep these. They already have the drainage in them. You can, if there was no disease in these, which you really don't know from a big box store, so I'd pitch it and or put it in your compost pile. And I would refill this with a good potting mix. If you're just seed starting, you want seed starting mix. But these, again, these are a little bit big to start seeds in. To start seeds, I think this is just brilliant. And one thing that I thought of the other day, and I don't have enough time this year to do it, I might try this next year, is so there are trainers, these big, they look just like normal seed starters, only there's only like 6 or 8 of them, but they're really long, and they're for like sweet peas, because you want the sweet peas roots go really long. And so I thought, well, you could do the exact same thing with a paper towel roll, but you know, these are longer. Or if you don't buy paper towels, you could tape 2 of these together and use it for that. I'm just trying to say, I'm not saying that I won't buy, I mean, I clearly, let me show you my table. I clearly buy a lot of seed starting stuff, okay? But my point here is that, let's say that you're just starting, or you're like me, I have all of my trays filled right now. And so I'm kind of scrambling around. I really don't want to have to purchase more because I don't super need the things I'm planting right now. Some of it is just like experiments and things that I'm doing. If you're in that position, don't buy more. Just utilize old trays. Never throw your trays away. Even if the inserts are broken, don't throw your trays away. Keep those. You can even plant right in those trays. Just fill the whole thing up with seed starting mix. So I keep everything. This even is broken down here, but I still keep these. Sometimes I tape them, sometimes I don't. If anything, they're just good holders for containers. If it's broken, see, this is just the top that's broken down here, but if it's not cracked all the way down, I won't tape it. Sometimes I'll tape it, but it really needs to be able to hold water. But you can, even if the tray is completely intact, but you no longer have, and when I say an insert, I mean this. Can you see that? These plastic inserts for your seed starting. If you don't have those, then you can go ahead and plant right in. Just put your seed starting mix right in the bottom and start your seeds right in here. You will have to pull them apart, but that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pulling them apart, and then you would want to put them in a bigger container like this or this, especially if it's like tomatoes or something like that. They need a bigger container eventually. But another cheap idea for that is the old styrofoam cup. I mean, I used this last year for my Amish paste tomatoes. I have they're kind of cracked now, but guess what? I'm still going to use this. There is no reason why you can't empty these things out year after year, stack them, and put them somewhere where they're not going to get crushed, and use it again and again. This is actually my 3rd season of using this. So you can definitely, and you can get a sleeve of 100 of these cups for like $3. So that is far less expensive than these are. If you look online, these are about, I don't know, about $1 a piece, and these are a few cents a piece. And if one of these gets smashed, it's no big deal. I have kids, they smash everything. So this is yet another very inexpensive option. And yet again, you just utilize your tray and fill up your cups right in your tray, and you still water underneath, and that'll cause the roots to go down too. I get wonderful root development in all my tomatoes with styrofoam cups. Okay, so there you have it. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you save your yogurt cups, and not just any plastic container that you get. Save it. Save styrofoam cups. I mean, the other night my family went and got fried chicken from like a chicken house around here, and we had coleslaw, and they put in mashed potatoes and gravy in like a short styrofoam. We kept both. both of those are gonna become planters. So don't throw anything away. Use it all for planters. I mean, if something looks like it can be used for a planter, it can be used for a planter. Just do it. So remember, if we can start seeds free or extremely, extremely inexpensively, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.